Located on the west coast of Central Africa, Gabon covers a total area of 268,000 square kilometers. Forests cover an estimated 220,000 square kilometers. Gabon's population of approximately 1.4 million people is mainly urban, and almost one-third of the people live in the capital, Libreville. As a result, the percentage of people who depend directly on the forest for subsistence livelihoods is relatively small. Because of its small population and large expanse of primary rainforests, Gabon is often described as a country where long-term sustainable timber production is a viable possibility. The Gabonese government and international donors regard the exploitation of timber as central to macroeconomic development. This policy is causing a rapid increase in logging. Although Gabon's forests are often described as being relatively undamaged and offering great potential for long-term sustainable timber production, it is clear that industrial forestry within the current policy framework threatens their future integrity and the country's biodiversity. Production levels are already considerably above the official sustainable production estimates and are set to continue rising. Gabon is Africa's second largest timber producer after Cameroon and the world's largest supplier of Okume logs, which accounted for 70% of log exports in 1997. There are 60 wood species exploited in Gabon, but Okume and to a lesser extent Ozigo represent the bulk of production. Together, they account for up to 80% of total timber production in the country. Estimates show that Gabon's reserves of Okume amount to 100 million cubic meters, about 3/4 of world reserves. France was the largest single importer of Gabonese wood, but that has since shifted to Asian countries. In 1999, Asia became the largest export market, with China accounting for a total of 906,000 cubic meters of logs, of which 835,000 cubic meters were Okume and Ozigo. France was the second largest destination country, accounting for 521,000 cubic meters of logs exported from the country, of which 373,000 cubic meters were Okume and Ozigo. The various logging companies lay claim to specific areas. These concessions are granted by the Ministry of Water and Forestry. In 1999, the estimated allocations of concessions held in the Gabonese forests were 11.9 million hectares. It has increased considerably since then. According to the Ministry of Water and Forests, the sustainable annual harvest is 2 million cubic meters. Logging has moved over time from the coast to the interior, and most large concessions are now in the interior of the country. The transportation of timber from where it's being harvested to the coast where it's exported from various harbors is done via the rivers, roads, and the railway. The 649-kilometer-long Trans-Gabonais Railway is one of the major transport routes in the country, running from Franceville in the east of the country to Owendo, the port near the capital Libreville in the west, via Lestosville and Njole. Some 28% of the freight traffic are logs. Trucks carrying up to 50 tons of logs can be found on the roads, but this method of transport is slow and dangerous due to the lack of sufficiently maintained roads. The best and easiest way to get the logs from the inland to the sawmills and the harbors is to use the rivers flowing from the interior to the coast. In Gabon, the majority of timber is being exported, but a fair amount remains and gets processed at local sawmills. These sawmills cut the wood into more workable sizes and sell it. All over the capital, various furniture shops are hard at work designing and making furniture in all shapes. Some shops only process the wood, others process and manufacture the furniture. Companies like Création Nouvelle and Maison Meubleur combine their efforts to maximize their profits.
We have two companies here. The first one is called Création Nouvelle, the workshop, and Maison Meubleur, the exhibition shop. Altogether, we employ about 30 people, of which the most are Gabonese. Government policy focuses on job creation and the promotion of local jobs. But we have foreigners from Senegal, Benin, Cameroon, Egypt and India. The wood we use comes especially from Njole. We work with the retailers and the distributors, so we get already cut wood. When I say already cut, I mean in the forms of boards, bastions and rafters. From there we transform the wood into furniture.
Notre transformation, elle est basée surtout en coupe.
The process starts when the timber company or the distributor comes and drops off the pieces of wood. Then a whole transformation process starts. This company has its own carpenters who design and build a prototype of, for instance, a chair. According to the demand for the specific design, the rough wood will be cut to the proper measurements. Now the finished product is to be sold in the store or sent to the customer who ordered it. Of course, it's a tough industry to cope in, especially with foreign products being imported and sold for cheaper, but nothing beats true quality Gabonese timber born and bred.